Hey everyone, this is Matt from the Investigram team, and thanks for clicking on another one of my YouTube videos. I'm grateful for the support we've gotten on this channel. I really appreciate it. In this video, I'm sharing information about some altcoins that I'm actively buying currently. I believe these have the potential to spike up from their present prices. I'll be talking about altcoins in shorter-term plays, as well as coins that I'm building a medium to long-term position in. The list is more of a short-term play for Ethereum, the first coin. I have a long-term position in Ethereum, but this one is totally different. This is a short-term trading position. If you consider the RSI, it's undergoing huge surges. It's not having incredibly bullish or bearish spikes. It's somewhere around the middle level of 40 to 60. If you take a look at the MACD, it's relatively near the baseline. There's an insignificant divergence, but there aren't any huge deviations that we could see earlier in the month. At present, Ethereum is going through a bearish trend. The resistance as well as support are trending southwards. It wouldn't be surprising to see a drop in price over the coming week, down into the 15 to 1700s. All the Ethereum coins that I hold are for the long term, and I continue to dollar cost average into Ethereum. However, the ones that I might buy the next week will be a short-term play, provided I see a dip down to 1500. Ethereum's Berlin hard fork has been scheduled for April 14th, and it has different contract optimizations, including updates on how Ethereum's virtual machine reads code, gas efficiencies, and other changes to safeguard against DDoS attacks. These are remarkable updates to the Ethereum network. However, I suppose the update to handle the fees of Ethereum has been shoved back to July. The charges will most likely drop significantly with the release of EIP 1559 in July. Let's wait and watch what happens. We're likely to see a lot of hype as we get closer to the launch of these updates. I've been collecting Ethereum coins in my trading wallet ahead of the Berlin hard fork and London hard fork. I'm not saying these updates will raise Ethereum from its equivalent of 40 cents to 147. I don't think this alone will treat 4x Ethereum's price by summer. If the market is bullish overall, it might happen, but it's not likely that we'll get to see 3 to 4x Ethereum by midsummer. Having said that, it's quite possible that Ethereum gets quite close to $3,000 or even above that. It might not be an easy road like it was for Cardano's launch of Mary hard fork, which turned out to be completely positive for the network. However, food articles are already popping up like weeds. Ethereum miners plot hash power to show force against EIP 115, which is an article that overhypes the idea that miners are likely to hack the Ethereum network and destroy it. There are several articles like this that keep popping up. Over the coming weeks, it will not be surprising to find an organized dump of Ethereum. It's a fact that whales for every coin get together and they dump. This crashes the price, and then they end up with very cheap Ethereum before the huge surge, which I believe will certainly happen as we approach the Berlin and the London updates. If you want to profit from Ethereum in the short term or medium term, there are different price points at which you can buy so that you can diversify. As the price drops, you would spend more. Let's say you buy some at 1600 and then more at 1500, and you buy even more at 1400 to diversify and safeguard your investment. If the price remains the same or moves sideways in the range of 1700 to 1900, I'm likely to dollar cost average. CODI is the next coin on my list. It's a short-term play, and it's undergone a great surge lately from 24 cents to a high of somewhere around 49 cents. This is because of hype around the CODI events that have been happening in March. Like most of the other coins, the surge is mostly accelerated by the hype as of now. I had purchased a few coins when it was around 20 to 30 cents, but it spiked quicker than my expectations, so I want to wait a bit before I buy more. There isn't a significant drop as of now, but I think we'll see one before its next pop. It's a bearish indication that it's not breaking the real resistance of 48 cents. If it fails to hold up this resistance at 37 cents, I suppose we'll get to see a drop back to near 26 cents. Having said that, there's a lot of news around CODI. Its integration with Apple Pay, the staking 3.0 release, new partnerships, and more. Its roadmap is absolutely packed for Q1 and Q2 of 2021, but again, its present performance is its Q1 game. CODI Pay is all set to be launched, which is basically all consumer-related financial services associated with bank accounts, apps, debit cards, etc. These events, along with FOMO, is what has resulted in a surge in its price. However, I believe it will see a significant drop before its massive run-up later in March. It is a risky game, so you should invest a little bit of money that you can afford to lose. As of now, I'll continue to dollar cost average into Cardano and buy a few more. We're stepping into a period of bearish movement or sideways. Over the coming weeks, we're likely to see a similar period for ADA, like we did in mid-February. Back then, it had seen an incredible surge from somewhere around 30 to 40 cents to 90 cents, following which there was a cool-off due to a slowdown in the hype around its news reports. We're not likely to see a significant raise until there's more news around it. So don't be surprised if you find ADA hovering around the $1.10 to $1.20 range or even down to $1. In my opinion, this would be the best time to buy ADA. A consistent pattern of most successful traders is that they're ready to invest when no one wants to buy the coin and sell them when everyone wants it. That doesn't mean no one's interested in Cardano. In fact, it's evident that many of them do want to invest in it. The demand is very high. The reason why the price is so high and isn't falling back is the fact that the whales are bullish on it and keeping the price high, and several retail investors and individuals with small accounts are bullish on it. There's a lot of expectations around it. There's the Africa deal, and many people are staking it down as there's a huge reward of passive income that can be earned from staking Cardano. More details about the Africa deal will be out soon, with Charles Hoskinson hosting the African Blockchain's keynote. At the event, he's going to talk about Cardano's project. The reason why this deal is so important for Cardano and one of the biggest crypto events in 2021 is because there will be millions of users adopted onto the platform. It will have a huge use case for decades. Once you build an economy on the platform, it's not easy to shift. African countries are among the fastest growing ones in the world. It's a safe way to improve the African economy over the next few decades. Over the next decade or two, we may see an overall continent network effect, where the African countries and their citizens will begin experiencing the advantages of having Cardano. They can send payments from one part of Africa to the other without any cost. This will increase the demand in many countries, and over time, we're likely to see more countries. Eventually, all countries will adopt Cardano. Cardano has several major partnerships on the way, which are yet to be announced. Some of the associations are with major companies and governments. We'll be seeing a new surge in price after more details about the Africa deal get launched. Cardano also has the potential for a Coinbase listing this year, which will increase its user base to a great extent and a huge flood of capital in the market chasing the same amount of coins. This will result in an increase in price. The next coin that we have on the list is XLM, which is a long-term play crypto that aids banks and financial institutions with cross-border secure payments. When we talk about established cryptos, it's one of the most bearish in the last few months. The bleeding seems to have stopped, and we have found strong support at 40 cents. Overall, this is not a good trend as the MACD is near the baseline, the RSI is not doing much. Overall, there isn't a lot of discussion about XLM. Many of you might not have heard of it before. But in the long term, I believe this will do well. It is one of the undervalued coins right now, and its volume also has been dropping over the last few weeks. I'm not sure whether this will change in the coming weeks or months, but I believe that by 2021, we are likely to see a higher price than now. XRP is the major competitor of XLM as of now. XRP is held up in a major lawsuit with the SEC. In the long term, it will come out of it unscathed, but it is quite damaging at the moment as its nature of function is involved with financial institutions and banks. Banks would want to avoid all kinds of scandals, and they wouldn't want to join hands with a major crypto that is under SEC's investigations. Though things will clear up shortly, it's a major hindrance for XRP at present. XLM could use this time to establish its dominance. Even if the SEC case doesn't lead anywhere, it'll still be a lingering question that there are chances that they will get sued again now that they've been sued once. The reason for this is that XRP is more centralized when compared to XLM. XLM is decentralized, so this is not a concern. I think the management team knows how to play the game with the banks. They give them what is needed in order to get them into partnerships. Till now, the strategy's been working in their favor. They have entered joint ventures with names such as Stripe and IBM. They have a powerful management team with great connections to the financial sector. This may not sound great, but crypto is all about such connections. In banking, it's not a bonus to have such connections, but a basic requirement. This is why I believe in XLM in the long term. I think it will reach much higher. We have the Polkadot as the last coin on the list. This is another long-term play, which I'll be holding for a few years, but the trading amount will be over a few months. This is a great time to buy Polkadot. Since there's no hype around it at present, we're not seeing a surge in price. As of now, the MACD and RSI aren't specifically bullish or bearish. Though the volume has been decreasing, it's been offset by the increasing amount of poke that has been staked as Polkadot has high rewards. I also like the longer-term bullish pattern. Cardano paid off quite well, around 10% to 1 day. This trend is the overall fact that the support is increasing. We generally see it march towards a breakout mark where the price leaps remarkably fast. If the market is bearish, it goes downwards. But since it's bullish, there's no reason why Polkadot would drop now. This is a long-term trend which has more weight behind it than short-term trends. This trend has been around since February 21st, and by the time we reach the breakout point, it will have been building for around a month. Trends that emerge over weeks are more significant than those that emerge over a day. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it is more significant, and there may be a bigger breakout than we saw with Cardano. Taking into consideration the potential news in the future, Polkadot spiked after announcing its power chain launch. Ever since, the price hasn't come back down to where it was around 17. However, once we begin to see the power chain launch and other projects take off, it's going to result in more hype. This is when people are likely to start getting excited about the overall emerging network effect in Polkadot. There will be a massive price increase as it did in early February. As of now, it's not the happening thing. I'll be glad to sell it for 3x or 4x times what I paid for it in a couple months. I hope you gained some valuable information from this video. On an ending note, I would like to emphasize that this is not financial advice, but only my opinion. Investors should do a thorough research before investing in these coins. If you liked the video, hit the like. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy your day, and let's meet soon in yet another useful video.